High trophy pushing is one thing that I at least think is hell. You're telling me that I get minus 40 trophies when I lose and only like 5 when I win? That means you need to play like 8 games to get back what you just lost. Why is it like this? Why do you need to lose 40 trophies? It's not like you're playing against noobs, right? Right? The new trophy system was put in play in October of 2024, and I'm sure you're all familiar with it, but you earn season trophies when you're playing over 1,000 trophies, and those you get rewarded for at the end of the season. There are two matchmaking pools, the one over 1,000 trophies and the one under. Technically, the one under 1,000 trophies is divided into even more, but for the simplicity of it, let's just say it's two. On the one above rank 50, you can't see enemy names during the game, you can't get underdog anymore, and everyone is in the same matchmaking pool and a bunch of other smaller changes that still exist on the 1000. But wait, everyone above 1000 trophies is in the same matchmaking pool. So it doesn't matter if you're 1001 trophies or 9000. Well, not really. In fact, if you're playing at 9000 trophies, most likely you're gonna get teammates and enemies at 1000 trophies, because that's where 90% of players are. Isn't that unfair? Yes and no. They did this to improve matchmaking times. Before this, you could get stuck in matchmaking for multiple minutes, even up to like 30 minutes at some point, because the matchmaking pool was so small. But now, the bigger the matchmaking pool, the faster the matchmaking, but also less skilled players. So of course they had to compensate that in some way. And that's where the minus 40 trophies come in. Let's say you have 5,000 on a brawler. The game simply expects you to win. So if you lose, it's more big of a deal. But if you only had 1,000 trophies, it's expected for you to lose around 50% of your games. So it doesn't push you back as much. And that's how the game is supposed to work. The higher trophies, the harder the game is. At high trophies, you just have easy games. So instead, you have to win more. But at lower trophies, the games are harder. Not really, but for people at 1000, it is. That's why you lose so much trophies. But I honestly don't like the system. I think it's very repetitive. I don't push much past like 1300, so I don't know if I'm the most experienced on this, but it feels really repetitive. And I would rather be challenged with harder games and more competitive games rather than easy games where if you mess up, it's really bad. And after a loss, you just feel absolutely defeated. Imagine you're playing on Masters or earning new pro rank, you keep getting played against the bronze players, you win, only to get 10 points each game. Suddenly, one of your teammates go AFK mid-game and you get faced against a particularly good team of bronze players, so you lose, and now you're back to Mythic. That's kind of how it is. Really exaggerated, as you can tell, but still. Now, what would my solution to this be? I think we could scale it down a bit. The smaller the matchmaking, the more trophies we can start taking off that 40, but also the smaller matchmaking, the longer wait times. But here's my idea: 1,000 to 1,250 trophies, 5,000 to 2,000 trophies, and then one for 2,000 and up. You might see that 1,000 to 1,250 is a smaller matchmaking pool than 1,500 to 2,000, which is true trophy wise. But when you think about it, there are so many more people in that 1,000 to 1,250 section than 1,500 to 2,000. I think this would keep a good flow of players in all the pools, and you would never need to receive more than minus 20 or 25 trophies ever. Plus, I think this is really good too, because I've mentioned this in other videos. There's pretty much no goal after 1,000 trophies. Nothing to aim for, except the leaderboards, I guess. So it would give another step or something to look forward to when pushing, and I think that would work really well. So thank you for watching this video. Consider watching another one on the screen, and write a comment if you think we should change anything about this new system. And bye, I guess.